Pull up a chair and get comfortable. It's time to talk about your federal benefits. Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators presents the FEBC Podcast with Elizabeth Inman and Bryan Fentress.
Have you ever had an event that you just couldn't wait till that happened? I mean, the buildup, the suspense is like, oh, I just can't wait. And then all of a sudden, right before that event happens, it's like the bottom just falls out. It's like, what? What just happened? You know, there's a lot of postal employees that's feeling that way right now, not understanding what postal reform has done to their health benefits. I mean, retirement is supposed to be all that in a bag of chips, right? I mean, it's the day we all work so hard for, is to be able to retire. I mean, the golden years is looming right out there in front of us. And yet, you know, the number one fear is, what if I run out of income or run out of my savings? The second biggest thing that really haunts us is, what if I have a catastrophic health scare? Something happens with my health in retirement. Am I going to run out of money? Am I going to be able to take care of myself? And then here we are, for so many, I mean thousands of postal employees are on the brink of retirement, and they're changing from federal employee health benefit plans to postal service health benefit plans. That is spooky. I don't care who you are. That'll shake you. Well, that's why I'm here. I'm Elizabeth Inman. I'm a federal employee benefit coordinator. My job is to figure out all these changes they're making and try my best to communicate it in a solid, concise, easy to understand format so that your fears can all be laid to rest. I do not want you to be afraid right before you retire. I mean, that just breaks my heart. I experienced some of that when I got ready to retire myself from the Postal Service. I don't want that to happen to you. So we've been talking on this podcast, Season 4, about postal reform, the brand new Postal Service health benefit plans. Now, if you want really detailed information, go back to Season 3, where I took several episodes to talk in depth about Postal Service reform, the new Postal Service health benefit plans for employees, which is what we talked about on our last podcast. And today we're going to talk about Postal Service health benefit plans for annuitants. That's just a fancy way of saying you're already retired. So I'm going to talk about some details for you if you're already retired as a Postal Service retiree. And I'm going to be very specific, so I'm going to have my little cheat sheet right here in front of me because I want to get it right for you. Information is power. And I want you to feel empowered to know and understand that the benefits you've got in place now that you're retired are the best benefits for you. And there's some big changes on the horizon this open season coming up in just a few months. So first of all, this law got passed. It becomes effective January 1st of 2025, which means that during open season of 2024, you have to make a selection. Now, I know y'all, some of you guys have been retired for a long time. It's been, you know, that you've got the best health insurance out there. You haven't made a change with health insurance in years. So you're in the habit of just letting all those notices about open season come into your inbox in the email and you go delete, or you pick up those little mailers that come in the mail to you and you just toss them into the file 13. You can't do that this year. You have to make a selection this year. You don't want the government to decide what Postal Service health benefit plan you want in retirement. Don't let that happen. And if you're not sure and it's a little bit scary for you, just pick up the phone and call us, 918-396-5171. And we're going to walk you all the way through this. We've been doing this for weeks now. So let me get back to my notes because, again, I want to be very specific for you. So you are required to select a health insurance plan in the open season. That'll be November the 11th to December the 9th. That's what I just talked about. The plan options and the premium information is supposed to be available sometime in October. Now, they have already told us that we have 32 plans to choose from. Yeah, you heard that right. 32 plans to choose from. I know. Last year we had over 270. Sorry, don't shoot the messenger. But you need to understand that it went from over 270 plans down to 32. And there's something else you need to know. You need to know that out of those 32, roughly a dozen or so of those are regional, which means more than likely they aren't even available to you, which means you really have somewhere around, 18 or 20 to choose from. Man, there's subliminal messages to that all over the place, but I'm going to stick to the facts today. How about the facts? Okay, number 3, OPM is launching a new enrollment platform. Now, some of you guys don't work for the post office that is listening to this podcast. Some of you are retired, but you're federal, not postal. And you're wondering, do I need to keep watching this podcast or not? Well, right here is the primary reason why you need to know what's going on with this postal reform. Because this platform that they just launched to sign up all postal employees, we're talking 1.9 million. I've seen some other numbers that took it over 2 million. It's a new online platform. And as soon as they get through launching that for postal employees, it's already been announced that it will be launched for you as federal employees and federal retirees. So what is happening to the post office? You better pay attention when it comes to this health plan and this health platform that you're using for enrollments. Now, here's where I'm going to read just a little bit because this gets very, very technical and it has to do with Medicare Part B. If you are an annuitant, that means you're already retired as of January 1st of 2025, and you're not currently enrolled in Medicare Part B, you are not required to enroll in Medicare Part B to continue your health insurance coverage under this new Postal Service health benefit plan. Participation in Medicare Part B is voluntary, and they are encouraging you to go ahead and sign up for Part B. In fact, they're encouraging you, if you have not already enrolled, if you're 65 retired and you did not enroll in Medicare Part B, they have created a new special enrollment plan, oftentimes called a SEP, Special Enrollment Plan, Special Enrollment Period, where you can sign up for Medicare Part B and they'll waive the 10% penalties for every year that you did not sign up past the age of 65. Yeah, 10% per year penalty, and they'll waive it, but it's only during this special enrollment period, which is started April the 1st of 2024, and it will end September the 30th, 2024. You don't want to miss that opportunity. And I realize that's going to cost you money. It's going to add to. So you're already paying your premiums for your Postal Service health benefit plan, and now you've got to pay for yourself Medicare Part B premiums and for your spouse if they also are eligible for Medicare A and they're age 65 and older. It's just the way it is. It is an added cost that this is going to be for Postal Service retirees. You don't want the penalties on top of it. So once again, I know I'm talking about a lot of information very, very fast. Call us 918-396-5171. We'll help walk you through what your unique situation is. Because your situation is more than likely not the same as what your best friend that retired or what your neighbor who retired from federal service is like. I mean, that's where we mostly get all of our information until now. You don't want to get your information from your friends because you need this to be very specific for you. How is this postal reform impacting you as a retiree of the United States Postal Service? Important information. And not only that, we've all just kind of been sheltered. We've just had it made. We had such good health insurance. So many of us never did take the time to be educated on Medicare. So just very quickly, I'm going to tell you, Medicare A is hospitalization coverage. You've paid for that ever since you become an adult and they started taking the premiums out of your paycheck. So there is not an additional fee once you're 65 enrolled in Medicare A for hospitalization and hospital costs. Medicare Part B is for doctors and medical services. There is a fee for that, and that is the requirement for a lot of you. In order to keep Postal Service health benefit plans, you have to be enrolled in Medicare Part B. So call us, we'll explain all of that. But there is a fee for that, and it's not just for you, it's for your spouse if they're also on Medicare A and they're retired. So they won't be able to keep your health insurance if you don't enroll them in Medicare Part B. We'll wade through it. We'll run the numbers for you. We'll take away all the surprises so you'll know what to expect. Go to our website, www.febcnow.com. Email me at elizabeth@febcnow.com. Lots of ways to reach us. Have a 15-minute conversation with us. We're happy to talk to you because I love helping my postal family, especially when it comes to things that might upset the apple cart right before you retire. Well, not today. Let's get together. I got your back. So when you got hired at the post office or for federal service, how much guidance did they give you about how to manage your TSP? Did they give you tips on being a TSP millionaire? When I got hired, they didn't talk to me at all about TSP, barely gave me instructions on how to sign up for TSP. That's 1/3 of our retirement. If I had only known then what I know now, my whole retirement outcome would be totally different. We want your retirement outcome to be the very best it could be. Think about this. Retiring as a millionaire, over $1 million in your TSP, I never one time thought of that. And you know what? I had positions in my government job that I certainly should have been a TSP millionaire. Well, we don't want that to happen to you. So we've got 10 lessons that if you follow these 10 lessons will increase your opportunity to be the next TSP millionaire. Just call and check us out. Check us out on FEBCnow.com. Look at our YouTube channel or our LinkedIn or find us on Facebook. You want all the tips and tricks to become the next TSP millionaire.